Hey guys, it's Kim here with Verily Fiber Fun. Thanks for joining me on another spinning tutorial. Today is Tour de Fleece day 1, and I am only participating in the Wool and Fiber Arts Tour de Fleece because it's simple, it's easy, and at this point I cannot do complicated or multiple teams. That's just, my brain does not want to function. So anyways, welcome to Tour de Fleece day 1, and today I am spinning singles. So I am showing you how I spin a singles yarn from prepping the fiber, which is a batt, an art batt actually, all the way to setting the twist, and then at the very end I show you the final yarn as it is wet, hanging up to dry. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye guys! Okay, to spin singles that's not going to be plied, I am taking a strip of this textured art batt. It's not very textured, just got layers of different fibers here. And I'm just pre-drafting a bit to make it easier to work with. This is a pretty thick strip. I don't remember what fibers are in this batt. It's been a few years since I bought it. That's good enough for now. Here we go. Okay, I have the take up strong enough to where if I don't put enough twist in, it will drift apart, but not so tight that I'm having to really fight with the wheel or have a death grip on the fiber. So I just want enough twist to twist lock these fibers together. I don't, you see how it's very loosely, well, let me spin a little bit more and then I'll show you. That's got a little bit more twist than I want. There we go. Nice and loosely twisting back on itself, so it's not super tightly twisted. And I'm leaving the little bits of texture to just do what they want to do and not really worrying about smoothing those out, because this is a textured batt. And those little curls that occasionally pop out will add some nice elements to the finished fabric, whether it's woven, crocheted, or knitted. Although I would say it would probably be better for either weaving or knitting if you want the texture to show. Crochet might hide it. Oops, I had my take up a little bit too strong there. I'm trying to get to a twist locked section. Whoop. You know, it helps if you have it, there's my hook. If you actually have it threaded properly, it makes a really big difference. Some of these fibers are longer than others, so when I get through a section of longer fibers and I get to the shorter ones, then sometimes that gives me trouble, as I'm used to spinning for the longer fiber. But that's because these are all different fibers here. There's, I think, merino and alpaca and maybe something like teeswater or something like that. Something curly. Lincoln longwool, I don't know. And it looks like there's some Firestar in here as well. And I have my wheel on the largest whorl, which is the slowest spinning. And then I can treadle about the way I normally do, and prefer to do a short backward draft. So I don't usually spin singles just to keep them singles, but this Tour de Fleece, I decided I wanted to spin a little bit different, try a few different things. And this actually takes a lot of concentration for me because I'm not used to spinning for singles. I'm used to plying, and it's just different. It's about 1 treadle per draft, depending on the length of my draft, which depends on how the fibers want to pull off. Alright, so I will be back for detailed how I set the twist for a singles yarn once I get this all spun up, and this is the rest of the fiber. So once I get this all spun up, then I will be back to show you how I wash it. Okay, so we have very hot water. I'm just going to put a tiny bit of soap in here. And then we have ice water, which is really, really cold. And this is all kinked up and wild. So I'm going to just put it in the hot water, which is the hottest my tap water gets. It is not super hot, because my hot water doesn't get that hot. The only problem with this stage is that there's going to be bleeding because the hot water does release the dyes. Okay. Cold. Agitate. That is really cold. Wring it out. Hot water again. This is how you full your yarn. A little bit of agitating and a few dips back and forth between hot and cold water. And it's starting to fuzz up, so I know that this is working. I am going to refresh my hot water now. This time I'm going to put just a tiny bit of conditioner to soften the yarn, if I can get it down here. So that's it, teeny tiny dot. I think one more time in the hot and one more time in the cold should do it. There's a lot less bleeding now. Most of it's already come out, which is good. I'm going to drop this in the spin dryer and let it wring out completely, and then I will hang it up to dry. Alright, it hangs perfectly straight now. There's no curls. So it's working, it worked really well, and that was the perfect amount of twist because it all relaxed in the fulling process.